It's almost here, and if you were looking for something a little different for this year's meal, we have a great option for you.
That's right. That's why we give our friend Dan Bavaro a call, and he is here to help us give an idea for Thanksgiving with an Italian twist. I like this, Dan. How you doing?
Right. Doing really well. How are you?
I am well. You know what's funny? You were saying this is literally like what your Thanksgiving looked like when you were growing up, right?
Correct. Growing up as a kid, it's all about Staten Island. My grandmother would cook for us, and we'd have the traditional, we'd have some soup, we have turkey, the sides, of course, potatoes, but monocot was our family tradition that we would start out with, and it was absolutely amazing. Now
you would start out with it?
Correct.
Okay.
And then we worked. So Thanksgiving was football in the street.
Okay.
And like 4 courses of dinner.
Oh, I love it. That's my kind of deal.
It was a whole day experience. So we start out, make some fresh pasta. We've talked about this in the past.
Yeah, he did. Last time he was here, I may or may not have broke a machine that he didn't bring back for us to roll the pasta, right?
Very, very easy to make. So you sheet out your pasta, and you cut it into little squares like this. You have your boiling water.
Okay.
And all that takes is about 10, 20 seconds max just to wake it up to get it nice and soft.
So really silly question though. So
Sure.
I look at this, it kind of looks like lasagna. Like
Correct.
Is it the same kind of layer?
It's not layered, it's more like it's rolled.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see how fast that is? So you don't want to overcook it because it's going to cook in the oven.
Oh.
Okay, so now once that's cooked, you have your sheet of pasta. Now you
Okay.
can get creative. Right here is a mix of mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, Parmesan Reggiano, some breadcrumbs. If you want, you could saute some spinach, or you could do some mushrooms, whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Straight cheese is the way I would
Correct,
like it,
yeah,
Dan.
straight
That's what I'm
cheese.
talking about.
So basically, you get your filling prepared. When you're cooking, you always want everything prepared and ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, and now you have your fresh pasta, and you simply just roll that over, almost
Okay,
like
so
a
that's
cigar.
what it's essentially lined up in
Correct.
there? Okay.
I love like a baked pasta.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're going to kind of get that vibe with this, right?
Correct. And then if you don't want to make your own sauce, you go to the store. Oh, this glove is a little slippery. You get Bavaros, and you want to line the pan, obviously,
Okay.
so it doesn't stick. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of swirl that. Get a nice coat of sauce on the bottom of the
Okay.
pan.
So not super thick though,
Not
but just
super
coating the
thick.
bottom.
And then you'll take your fresh pasta. You place that in the pan. This is very simple.
I know, I like it. I can do this.
So
I'm following
And then you
along.
would continue on.
Okay.
Speaking of, I don't ask a lot of cooking tips, let's be honest, because we all know I don't spend a lot of time here. But Dan,
Yes.
talking about like baked pasta and stuff, the fact that you didn't cook your pasta that long, does the same rule apply for like a baked spaghetti or like, because those are my favorite dishes. Should you not cook it that long in the water?
The trick is with any pasta dish that you're going to bake is to not overcook it. So it's called a par cook.
Okay.
Okay, so par cooking your pasta is just to kind of wake it up and make sure it's almost cooked, and then it finishes off while it's baked. Because it's going to bake for about 35, 40 minutes at 375. So if you cook pasta, say the box says 13 minutes, if you cook it 13 minutes, it's going to explode in the dish. It's not going to be as good.
Good to know. Look at you. Good tip there.
I feel so
you
confident
Fresh
now.
pasta also always cooks way faster.
And then what goes on top? Do you add another layer of sauce?
Yeah, so you would continue on, okay, and then you would put a layer of sauce, then you'd put some Parmesan Reggiano,
Okay.
and then you would cover it and bake it probably for about a half hour at 375, and then take the cover off. So aluminum foil, take that off. This way, it kind of chars the top of the cheese.
Okay.
This is totally doable. Like this is like what I think we need to have like as a staple on our Thanksgiving.
Any
now.
tips on Brussels sprouts as we close? You know that's my
Carly
favorite.
is not
I
dove
know.
in yet, and that's a miracle, let me tell you.
So Brussels sprout tip I learned from my mother-in-law after I stunk my house up yesterday preparing for this. Supposedly lemon cuts the smell.
Okay.
I missed that. Everybody walked in after our
it
festival and they're like,
tastes
what's
good
that smell?
They taste so yummy though.
Well, speaking of tasting
Yeah.
yummy, of course, you can go visit any of Dan's restaurants. You are, again, like businessman of the year because you've got so many locations. There's some right now, especially that new one, too, at the International Airport, right?
Correct, yes.
And you guys are closed on Thanksgiving, so if people want to
Thanksgiving
make
we're closed,
reservations, because so many family coming into town, people are always looking for places to go. You're closed on Thanksgiving, but obviously
But
open.
we're open the whole time
Yeah.
after, correct? Normal business
Eat
hours.
leftovers for Thanksgiving of Dan's from the day before.
know.
What about
Exactly.
that?
There you
Thank
go.
you so much. for
Happy
joining us.
holidays.
You
We hope
too.
you get
Thanks
some
for having
family
me.
time to celebrate Thanksgiving as
That
well.
I will do.
All right, good.